Hello friends, today we are going to learn the chapter Adaptation in Animals. The ability of an organism to develop certain features which improve the chances of its survival in the environment in which they live is known as adaptation. Animals are adapted to survive in the conditions in which they live. In other words, an adaptation is a trait of an organism that has been favored by natural selection. Adaptations are of three types. Structural adaptation. Adaptation of special body parts of an organism that helps it to survive in its natural habitat. Example, skin color, shape, body covering. Second, behavioral adaptation. Adaptations of special ways in a particular organism that helps it to survive in its natural habitat. It usually occurs in response to some external stimuli. Example, frogs and bear undergoes hibernation or winter sleep during hard winter season. Third, physiological adaptations. Adaptations of body system present in an organism that allows it to perform a certain biochemical reaction. Example, warm-blooded animals are able to keep the constant body temperature. Animals that live in a very cold or hot climate must possess special features to protect themselves against extreme cold or heat. The features and habits that help an animal to adapt their surroundings are a result of the process of evolution. According to their habitat, animals adapt themselves. These animals may be grouped as polar region and tropical rainforest animals. Polar region, the area of the earth that surrounds the North Pole and the South Pole, is called the polar region. The climate of the polar region is extremely cold throughout the year and receives heavy snow. The sun does not rise for 6 months of the year in the polar region, and then it stays up for the next 6 months. The temperature in the polar region can be as low as -37 degrees Celsius. Most common animals found in these regions are polar bear and penguins. Other animals that can be found in polar areas are fishes, birds, oxen, musk, reindeers, fox, whales and seals. They have adapted themselves so that they can survive easily in these places. The polar bear. The white fur of the polar bear makes it easier for them to hide in the snow and therefore save them from predators. In the same way, it makes it easier for them to catch the prey. The polar bears have 2 layers of thick fur on them so that they can survive extremely cold conditions. The polar bears move slowly and rest a lot so that they do not get overheated because of their thick fur. The polar bears often swim on warm days to keep themselves cool. The paws of the polar bear are large and wide so that it can swim as well as walk easily in the snow. The polar bear can swim underwater as well because it can keep its nostrils closed for a long time. The strong sense of smell of polar bears makes it possible to locate its prey during such harsh weathers. The penguins. The penguins are also white in color so that they can hide in the snow. They have thick skin with large fat content in their body so that they can survive the cold weather easily. The penguins generally live in a crowd or nest closely so that they can stay warm. The penguins have webbed feet which allow them to swim. Migratory birds in the polar region. The birds, in order to protect themselves from cold weather of the winters in the polar region, often migrate from these areas to warmer places. They then return back after the season. For example, the Siberian crane migrates to India in Rajasthan, Haryana and some northeast regions during the winter season in Siberia. These birds that migrate to different places during a change in weather are often called migratory birds. They can travel used distances of 15,000 km to protect themselves from the extremely cold environment. Such birds migrate to the same places every year. The migratory birds fly very high so that the heat generated by the flight wings can be disposed of in the cold conditions. The migratory birds have a sense of direction so that they can travel to the same place every time. The migratory birds also use landmarks or follow the direction of the sun and stars to migrate. Some birds also use the magnetic field of the earth and find direction. Apart from birds, fishes, insects and mammals also migrate. Thank you friends. Bye bye.